Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the most fabulous cake baking podcast on the internet, Cake Lords. Today, we have a very special guest, Ryan.
Hello!
How are you?
I'm good.
Now, I've heard that you've brought a very special recipe with you today. Is this true?
It is true.
And you want to share it with all of our listeners?
Yes, I do.
So please, I'm dying of anticipation. Please tell me what this recipe is. What makes it so fantastic?
So if you like red velvet cake,
I do. We absolutely love. That's well established. That the people here at Cake Lords and all of our listeners, it's like the best cake. It's great.
so okay, you're going to take your two 9-inch cake pans. You're going to put some parchment paper on the bottom. You stir the flour with the baking powder and the cinnamon, baking soda, nutmeg, ginger into a little bowl here. You take the ketchup and the water and the coloring in a separate bowl. Wait,
I don't mean to interrupt.
This is the best part.
I thought you just said ketchup.
I did use Heinz tomato ketchup.
Okay, how much ketchup do we use?
Half a cup.
Half a cup. That doesn't seem so unreasonable. What's the point of the ketchup?
It's supposed to make it very nice and moist and ketchup-y.
So I have to tell you, my favorite part about Red Velvet Cake, and I think all the listeners of Cake Lords agree with us, it's the cocoa powder. It's the best part of the whole Red Velvet Cake experience.
So if you take the cocoa powder and you throw it away, just throw it right in the garbage pail, and you substitute all of the cocoa powder for half a cup of Heinz tomato ketchup.
How is that even remotely equivalent?
It's very good.
I'm just advocating for our listeners. You know what?
Have you ever put sour cream in a cake?
Yeah, of course.
It's a little like putting sour cream in a cake, except you take the sour cream, you throw it in the garbage pail, and you add half a cup of Heinz tomato ketchup.
All right.
So
yeah.
you take the ketchup and the water and the food coloring, you put it in a little bowl, and you set it on the side, and then you beat the butter and the sugar in a big bowl. You cream it. You beat in the eggs and you cream it some more, and you add the flour and the ketchup. You put the ketchup, more ketchup in the cake, just more ketchup, and then you bake it. It's a cake. You put it in the oven and for 30 minutes on 350.
And then when it comes out of the oven, what do you do with it?
So while you're baking, you can make the frosting, which is cream cheese, icing sugar, vanilla extract, and ketchup.
So I'm sorry, you said the ketchup.
Yes, you
is
put
the frosting.
Yes, you put the ketchup in the frosting. Have you ever put sour cream in your frosting? It's a little like putting sour cream in your frosting. So you take the sour cream and you throw it in the garbage pail. And
Gotcha. All right, so, but you've prepared one of the Heinz tomato ketchup cakes for us today to enjoy. Is that
I have.
So this is what we do at Cake Lords. Now that we've talked about the recipe, we'll do an official taste test and we'll let everyone know what it's like.
I've cut for you, my friend, a big cake piece. Big piece of cake.
Thank you. It's very red. The frosting is red.
Everything is ketchup.
The cake is red.
I add extra ketchup because it's my favorite part.
Yeah, you just like the tangy.
It adds a nice zing.
Yeah. Okay, I can see. Let me just try a little bit. All right. Oh, it's really good.
Isn't it the best cake you've ever had?
Let's not get carried away. I was not convinced at first. I was a little bit concerned. I have to say that after tasting it, it's really good.
It's your best.
But I'm really full though. I just had like a whole chocolate cake before I started podcasting, so I couldn't possibly. It's so rich and moist and savory and delicious. I just couldn't possibly have another bite. But thank you so much.
So my favorite thing to do with Great Canadian Heinz ketchup cake is you take it and you pick up the whole thing and you say, "Oh, doesn't that look good?" And you pick it up and you throw it in the garbage pail. This is how you truly enjoy Heinz Great Canadian Heinz ketchup tomato cake.
Welcome to the Bear vs. Mancast, the video game podcast about nothing. My name is Nick.
I'm Stan.
Stan, we talked about this.
Shit.
That's
It's
Ryan.
It's Ryan, hello.
And we also have a...
Borderline mediocre guest.
I was going to say, like... I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt, go with, like...
Somewhat of a guest.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're a guest. There's no doubting that you're a guest. I'm going to go with... moderately special guest.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm making my way downtown.
That's pretty good. Yeah, walking
Facts.
fast, faces past, and you're homebound.
All right, that's it. Podcast over.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah, this is the Bear vs. Mancast. It's about video games and nothing. We like to talk about the games we played this week and general bullshit, and then maybe some news if one of us decided to get some this week, but none of us did. So,
Oh, no, I got tons of news.
well, I don't see it.
Did you invite me to the correct?
Yeah, you're there.
I looked earlier and it was still 3 weeks ago.
Well.
Hey,
I'm
That's
Joe.
all right.
I'm Joe.
he's Joe.
He's Joe.
I'm Joe.
Did I not mention that part?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna just get right into it today. Actually, we're not. I changed my mind. We're not.
Hey, fuck, dude.
Guys, Summer Games Done Quick is happening right now.
Cool.
Do you know what that is?
Yes.
What is it, Ryan? Tell us.
It's the charity stream where they do speedruns for like a fucking whole week.
What charity?
I don't know,
They-
doctors or something.
They're benefiting Doctors Without Borders right now.
Yes.
This is Summer Games Done Quick. I guess that's the one that they do, or that's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
So it is July 30th. No,
No, it's not, dude.
tomorrow's July 30th.
By the time it gets around.
It's
Well,
the
tonight, right now, as of recording, this is the 29th. It's Wednesday night, and as of right now, they have earned $392,000 for Doctors Without Borders, and they're still streaming until Saturday night. Saturday night is the main event, basically.
penultimate conclusion.
Well, the Saturday night is when they're doing the Chrono Trigger run, which, if people donate enough money, they'll make a 100% run. And that's when the Super Metroid race takes place, where they either kill the animals or save the animals. Ryan, are you team save the animals or team kill the animals?
Like in general?
Just you're not familiar with what that means?
No.
Joe, tell him.
All right. So, in Super Metroid, it's the very last thing you do before you escape the exploding world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Or one of the last, like...
yeah, it's like within your time thing where the world is blowing up and you have options. You can just head straight to your ship and escape, or you can save the animals of the planet.
Something not like every single one, but yeah.
But yeah, so you can gather them 2 by 2 and put them on the ship, and
Wait,
That's
really?
not true. No, that's not true.
no,
You
no.
hit
Oh.
a switch and they all run out, and I think they jump onto your ship and escape with you.
yeah. But
Well, that's
it's,
dumb. Save the animals. What are you, stupid?
Well,
Okay,
in
so-
speedrunners' theory, saving the animals wastes frames and time.
Yeah, so the 2 schools of thought. 1, save frames, not animals. Kill the animals. And my school of thinking is save the animals, it's canon. Because those exact animals are in a later Metroid game. So I don't give a F about like the 2 seconds that you're not going to be able to beat your PB with.
Yeah.
Like,
plus, it's
save the animals.
It's a charity event.
Yeah, well, so that's like the biggest bid. They do all sorts of bid wars and stuff. Like
Last year it hit 100,000 for each category.
yeah, so basically, when you make a donation, you can say, "Put my money towards."
Donation incentives.
Yeah, or so like right now. In fact, they just finished a Majora's Mask 3D run that was bananas. It was ridiculous.
I missed the whole thing.
You should watch it later because it's crazy. They do all sorts of weird stuff with like the internal clock in the game that make it think it's like the 4th day, and then when the game resets, he just like drops through the world and is in like a boss room. It's nuts. But so like afterwards, they had an incentive up for. So right now, this guy's playing their first Legend of Zelda without a sword. He decided that it was not dangerous to go alone, and he was not going to take this, and he didn't get the sword. Now he's going to beat the game without it, and that's because people donated X number of dollars. They said if people donate $1,000, then this guy will do this, and because that sounds so entertaining, people obviously shelled out for it.
Yeah.
And they said, they put in their comments, they're like, hey, put this $60 towards the no sword run. So just like if you were donating to the cause, you're donating at gamesdonequick.com, I think is the website.
Something like that, yeah.
You can just put in the comment field, be like, hey, this game, or like, here's $100. You guys are doing such a good job for a good cause, whatever. Put my money for Save the Animals. And then that adds $100 to Save the Animals. And whoever has the most money when they do the run, both players have to either save or kill the animals.
Sure, fine.
Yeah, and to note, this is also
Sure, fine.
this is also every 6 months it happens. So it's
Give or
run
take.
by
Yeah.
it runs by Games Done Quick. Those are the people who run it. I'm pretty sure 100% of the donations it's crazy high go straight to the
I think so, yeah. I mean, most
to
of
Doctors
their...
Without Borders. Yeah,
like
Yeah.
the cost of like their equipment, or they have most equipment already, but the cost of like the upkeep of their equipment and like the rental of this hotel area for 7 days straight and that kind of stuff is covered by other sponsors. Like Capcom is one of their, and Twitch are sponsors for them this year. A couple other people.
yeah.
I think
They said all Twitch subscribers is 100% donation towards the fund.
yeah, if you subscribe for $5, that all goes into the pool. Although I don't know what the purpose of subscribing would be.
Probably for future events too.
Do I get rare emotes?
No.
Yeah, you do get emotes as well.
I do like emotes. Just kidding. I've never used Twitch chat in my life because it's just a nightmare. It's just so much, just words flying constantly. But yeah, that's super entertaining and it's for a great cause. And I'm not really into speedrunning myself, but the stuff that happens is bonkers, dude.
It's really cool.
Everything, like it ranges from people who just play a game super skillfully, people who just like do crazy glitches that allow them to just sequence break and skip outrageous amounts of content that they were never supposed to get to in that amount of time. Like, it's great. It's so entertaining. It's like, because you watch these games you've played before, and then they do that to it, and you're like, what is what? Like that's what happened to Majora's Mask just now, because I love that game, and I was thinking like, oh, it's a 3DS version, it's the remake, it's probably way more stable and whatever. in some ways, yes. In some ways, absolutely not. He did, like I said, he did some bonkers stuff. Anyways.
Well, that's a good segue for Ryan. Ryan has a segue.
Oh, yeah, tell us about your Segway. So I bought a Segway. It's a bipedal. No, not really. It's got two wheels.
Yep.
And you lean forward on it to move forward.
So it's a bicycle?
You feel like you're going to fall over.
Yep.
But you don't because of magnets.
Anyway, so all of this nonsense that's currently happening has inspired me to speedrun a game.
That's awesome. I'm proud of you.
So I something I read was like, you shouldn't pick a game that you really, really like. You should like it, but you shouldn't love it, because you're gonna end up playing this game a buttload, and not in a good way.
Because 1,000 hours later.
Yeah. So I picked Pokemon X because I like Pokemon, but I'm okay if I hate one forever.
Just one of them.
Just one of them, yeah. So I'm currently working on that, and the way the way I'm deciding to do that is by playing the first hour over and over and over and over again until I figure it out.
What's to figure out about the first hour of Pokemon game exactly?
I'm
not intentionally being reductive here.
The difference is whether or not I can beat the second gym leader
in an hour.
In an hour.
Why?
Currently, it hasn't happened, but it's supposed to.
So you looked at a forum post on Game FAQs, and they said if you're not a scrub, you'll be able to beat the second gym leader in the first hour.
Yeah. So I'm following a couple of different notes, trying to pick my favorite strategy.
So you're not expected to be glitching the game. You're doing
no. This is beat all 8 gym leaders, go to the Elite Four, beat all of the Elite Four, beat the champion, and then time, which is supposed to take 4 hours. Is the world record?
Wow.
Okay. The world record and supposed to take 4 hours are two very different statistics.
No, pretty much everybody who speedruns this game is anywhere between 4 hours and 4 hours in 3 minutes. So I'm going to take that as needs to be done in probably 4 hours.
There's so much.
I would aim for
so much
5 hours first.
There's so much RNG though, bro.
Oh yeah, no, I know. So I was doing the first hour, and so I'm really good at the first 17 minutes, which is how long it takes to get from start to beating the first gym leader. Really good at those 17 minutes. And then it all goes downhill from there because there's a lot of RNG bullshit that ends up happening.
So it's like if the speed strat is catch a Pikachu on the third route and you don't get a Pikachu in the first 3 minutes, you're just rip run. Restart.
So do you want me to break down the first hour in
a little bit? Yeah.
Okay. So I could probably do it from memory. I'm not going to look at it. So I need to go to the starter place, get a chest bin. Oh, actually that's not true. Back up.
Who do you pick as your starter?
I just said. But first thing I do, set the DS clock to Valentine's Day of 2013 at 10 a.m.
What?
Because that's how
scrolls the fastest.
No, that's how Pokemon games since I don't know, Gen 4 seed their starter IVs, I guess, is the date of your 3DS.
Okay, so
here's
that
the
gives
question.
you
the best date, the best start.
It's supposed but it's almost irrelevant because I ditched the starter in 5 minutes anyway. But
so wait, real quick, you think you may have missed an important factor here?
Yeah.
What version of the game are you playing?
Are you numbered version?
No, US.
Well, first of all, is it? Yeah. Well, two questions: is it updated at all?
Yes.
Okay, and second question: is it the English version? Is it the North American version?
Yes.
Well, you're already done fucked up, man.
No, this
Japanese text scrolls faster, and almost that's that might be true in every game, but that's like almost a universally accepted truth.
I don't know.
Except for Majora's Mask 3D.
I see this guy running it in English, so I ran it in English.
Oh, it probably doesn't make a difference then.
Not
Wait,
really.
Okay,
So we want to hear something crazy about text speed real quick. Majora's Mask 3D. This guy who did the run, he played it in French because you know how the giants in that game speak super slowly? They speak one letter at a time.
Yep.
In French, the sentences are so long, they have them speak 3 letters at a time, so it winds up being faster.
Nice.
And he said it saves like 12 minutes.
That's amazing.
That's ridiculous.
that explains
I thought
why
like,
he was playing in French.
Yes, it does. I knew it had something to do with that, but it's like 12 minutes. Considering the run takes 2 hours and 15 minutes, I think was his guess. That's a kind of a big chunk of change. Like I don't even believe that. Okay, continue.
So, okay, first thing you do, Valentine's Day, 2013,
Okay,
10
got it.
a.m.
Yep.
Start the timer at when you press begin game. You go through the starting sequence, you put on your clothes, you change your settings to fast speed, set battle style, no animations. You go get Chespin, you walk out, you fight that girl, you go back, talk to your mom, you go back to Route 1, you run away from the Pidgey, you learn how to catch a Pokemon, you go into the next patch of grass and catch a Bunnelby. Then you fight the trainer, you go through the forest, you fight one trainer while you dodge all the other ones. You dodge all the trainers on the following route. In the next town, you run straight to the house, trade your Bunnelby for a Farfetch, put your Farfetch in the first slot. You take your Farfetched, and you go to the gym. You fight the person who gives you the roller skates. You get the roller skates. You go in the place. You follow all the bubbles. You skip all the trainers except for the last one. You fight the last trainer. You fight the gym leader. Farfetch is level like 13, and that's the first 17 minutes.
Oh, who's the first gym leader in that one, by the way?
I don't know. It's the lady who takes pictures and has bug types.
Oh, okay. Well, that's really the question I was asking.
Yeah,
From the
that's
sound
what
of it,
that's what the Farfetch is for.
From the sound of it, it sounds like I've missed a lot of Pokemon in my day.
Well, this
What,
is
just
Generation
because-
6 we're
Just
talking
because
about.
he said the names of Pokemon that you didn't recognize?
No, just the explanation that he just gave sounded way more complicated than like old school stuff.
So all you're
That-
doing
that-
is you're
that actually
following the
wasn't.
breadcrumbs they leave you that takes you straight to the gym leader. The only thing you're not doing is you're skipping 95% of all the trainer battles that you
Yeah, but he talked about roller skates. I just want my bicycle.
Roller skates is a Gen 5 thing.
You get a bicycle later, but the way it works is it's on the 3DS.
Yeah.
So the roller skates are the circle pad, and you can still use like the regular binary movement with the
Yep.
D-pad, or you can use the completely useless bicycle if you hate yourself.
No, the bicycle's really good. It's faster than roller skates.
If you're in a place that lets you actually use it.
Yeah.
But you can rollerblade indoors, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you could.
No. You can run indoors. You can't rollerblade.
Oh yes, and then there's running, which I don't even know when they added that.
Gen 3.
Jeez.
So the thing about one of the most interesting things is about movement. So if you're walking through grass, you need to take off your rollerblades because you walk slower than running if you just use the circle pad to move.
Oh god.
But once you get the bike, it's fine.
Can you sneak in that game, or they add that in the remakes? of
No, that's
Gen 3?
that's the Gen 3 remake.
So what made you choose X instead of any of the other games?
I didn't want one where
He didn't want to pick his favorite, which is white and black.
yeah, I almost did, but I'm like, no, I like those too much. So I picked X because I'm kind of like whatever on Gen 6.
Oh, okay. So it's just because it's the most neutral of them all for you.
Yeah, I mean, I almost picked Gen 3, but that run was way too tight, it sounded. Although this is proving to be very tight. So, like, today, one of
But
the next
not-
things I have to do is catch a Halucha, which is the flying
No,
fighting bird.
Those things are awesome.
Yeah.
So you really don't get much range in who you get to catch.
No, I have a very specific set of Pokemon I use. So I start with Chespin, then I get the Farfetch'd. I put the Chespin in the computer after I get the Bulbasaur. The Bulbasaur also goes in the computer. I'm just left with the Farfetch'd. Let's see, and then I don't get anything else until Halucha. Once I get a Halucha, I put the Farfetch'd in the computer. and then I get a Lucario when it's gifted to me. And then I solo the game with Lucario.
I don't know how I feel about this.
It'll be fine.
It'll
be okay.
But is it fun?
It's a very interesting choice for a speedrun game. Is about all that I can figure out so far.
It's really cool because it's super reductive as a Pokemon game. It doesn't even really feel like one because you're not creating a balanced team. You're not even creating a team.
You're just power throughing with one guy.
Yeah, you're just saying mass level Lucario, like this is your it's like your baby cousin's like first playthrough. It's his first Pokemon game, and he's just like, my Charizard's level 1,000,000 because I don't understand how Pokemon works.
Yeah.
It's that, but it only takes 4 hours.
So, like, I think my final team is, like, a level 73 Lucario, a Hawlucha that learns Fly, and then a Lapras that learns Surf and Waterfall, if that's in the game.
Why is Lapras so easy to get that that's the choice?
Either you get one, or that's just the thing that happens.
Oh, I think maybe they do just give you one in that game.
I think they do give you one. I can't remember, though.
That's really interesting because that game is not technically demanding.
No, not at all.
It's just like you have to remember what to do and then do it and then hit the right buttons as fast as you can. It's not like, oh, you have to make this pixel perfect jump, otherwise you'll lose 2 minutes.
That's kind of why I picked an RPG, is because I don't actually have to be good at, like, you know, platforming or racing or shooting or anything. Mm-hmm. So far, the hardest part about this speedrun is not running into walls.
Do you just, as soon as you run to a wall, you just go rip run and just restart the entire game?
No, not usually. If I like miss an important beat, like today, I stopped playing because I couldn't catch a Hawlucha with my first luxury ball, which means that I don't have any other balls, which means the run's over.
So you're just horrible. Like, why don't you just buy some Pokeballs?
Takes too much time.
No, but it doesn't. If the alternative is your run is over, they have these things in the speedrun community called safety strats.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
So let me tell you about a safety strat I just invented for Pokemon X.
Buy
some Pokeballs.
So you start the game with 10 Pokeballs, but you need to sell them to buy a Swords Dance TM.
Oh, duh.
So
of course, I'm so stupid.
That's the only reason why I don't have any Pokeballs, is because you get gifted 10 Pokeballs and 5 luxury balls in the beginning of the game, and then you sell all of them except for 2 luxury balls at the beginning to have enough money to buy a Swords Dance TM at the beginning.
So the one thing I would suggest, though, is don't aim for 4 hours right away.
No.
Work your way
definitely
to like
not.
7 hours, then 6, then 5.
I don't want to beat the whole game. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to master all the moves from beginning to second gym leader, is what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're trying to like...
So like I've probably played
You're trying to make it into like a relay.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'll end up doing is then I'll have like a save file where once I'm getting good enough at that part, I'll save and then start immediately after second gym leader and see and like get to, I don't know, the 4th gym leader.
It's a shame. Wait, that you still only have. Well, I guess every Pokemon game is like that. It's a shame that you only have one save file.
I wish, dude.
If you switch profiles on your 3DS, that's not something you can do, is it?
No. Also, it's tied to the cart that I'm using.
Oh, that sucks. Because I know, like, on the Wii U, you can just change, like, your Mii. Like, you can log in as a different Mii, and you get a new set of saves. I don't know if they did something similar. Because that's what a lot of people have that ability to do things with, like, create multiple saves. Or, like, even when you're doing, like, a run for Summer Games Done Quick or something, people have safety saves set up just in case, like, the game crashes super hard and they lose the original save because they like basically prepare a save right after where it would have crashed.
Yeah.
So like it would be really cool if you had that luxury of like.
I mean, at that point, I would have to like, I don't know, get a bunch of X carts and then like, I don't know,
like go to each gym leader just where it might.
I guess
like soft lock or
maybe over the course of 4 hours, maybe that's not really an option either.
I mean, it seems like once I get the rundown, I'll be like plus or minus like 15 minutes. You know?
Yeah,
So-
once you've done it once, it's all about just doing it over again and shaving
Right.
off like a minute here, a couple seconds there. Well, in your case, you'd be shaving off minutes instead of seconds, probably.
Yeah, totally.
I'd be really confused if you did the run twice and you got it like within like a 30-second window of the previous one.
I mean, eventually it'll come
It
down
might
to
get that tight, yeah.
but-
It might
Yeah,
get-
eventually, but like not like your first 2 times or anything.
No. But, yeah, so I don't know. I'm going to work on that. It seems like a fun thing to try to do.
I've been. I recently. So, it's funny you mentioned being inspired by games done quick because, in a different way, I just finished a game, and we will talk about this. And I've been looking for a new game to play, and I'm watching people play. Like I watched the Castlevania block today or yesterday. I watched the Zelda block today,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what I want to play all of these games, and I don't know what game I actually want to play or what game will actually stick.
Right.
So I'm inspired in a different way, but I'm also like, it's so fleeting. Like yesterday, I was like, I want to play Symphony of the Night, and I got my PSP out and charged it. And then today, I was like, I don't want to play Symphony of the Night. And I don't know when that's going to where I'm going to see at the end of the week where I land on it, because I don't know. I'm also taking suggestions on what game to play next. Because
That's another reason.
I have a million.
Do you want to play a new game that you have never played before?
I'm
Or are you
open to
looking
it.
like? Are you looking to like rekindle some past feelings with other games?
I could kind of go either way. I also considered playing Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance, which is the GBA game that I never actually beat. And I have it on the Wii U Virtual Console, so it'd be like a mix of like, well, I got to hit that Castlevania nerve, but I also got to play a game I never played. So I don't really know where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see where that settles.
That's kind of another reason why I started trying to speedrun a game, because I kind of didn't know what to do, and a lot of times I'll just play the first hour of a game anyway. So I'm like, well, let me just do this 100 times.
That's a really interesting perspective
Yeah.
of like,
How to
well,
live my life.
every time I go to play Ocarina of Time, I just play like the first like hour and go, oh, wait, I don't actually want to replay this game.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll play the first hour 50 times, and
Yeah.
it's like I'm actually playing the game.
Yeah, like whenever I play Ocarina of Time, I beat the Deku Tree, and then I'm like, well, fuck this game.
Yeah, that's just basically how it goes. Well, actually, on the 3DS version, I got to the Fire Temple, and
Nice.
then in Majora's Mask, so excited for Majora's Mask 3D, so excited, and I got to Great Bay and like left, like stopped and never came back.
Majora's
I'm
Mask,
thinking about
kinda
actually
whack.
going back and finishing it because I really like Majora's Mask. I know you don't.
Whack.
It's not whack. It's good.
Whack?
Good.
I mean,
Anyway.
Tight.
I mean, for me, I don't know exactly what game I want to play. Like, I still want to beat Fire Emblem, but
Fuck that game, Joe.
no, I love that game.
You should replay Deus Ex: Human Revolution.
But yeah, at the same time, it's like I want to prep for new games. So, I mean, next month, August, I believe there is the Black Ops
replay,
3 beta.
Pirate Warriors 3.
There's the Black Ops 3 beta.
SummerSlam.
Kaizoku Muso?
Yes.
There's
yeah,
also,
yeah, Black
there's
Ops
also
3
the Rainbow
beta.
Six Siege beta.
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
Yep.
I didn't know about the Black Ops 3 beta though.
You gonna play it?
No.
Most def.
All right.
I gotta get my digital deluxe edition pre-order in or whatever.
Yeah,
Actually,
same here.
I'm probably just gonna get the standard edition on, I'm getting the digital version because I'm sick of switching discs, and it costs like 80 or $100 to get the game with the steel box the steel box that I love so desperately, and it doesn't come with a season pass anymore.
I found
So-
that ridiculous. It's
so that's
$80 for
why-
that, or $100 for the digital deluxe with the season pass. It's like,
Hey, Joe.
yeah.
What'd you play this week?
I actually played
He was
some.
getting to that.
Yeah, I actually was playing some Call of Duty.
Fuck segways.
They
Right.
suck.
I was
All
playing some-
vehicles should have at least 3 wheels. I agree, Ryan.
I was playing some Advanced Warfare.
I'm sorry.
I've been playing Call of Duty 2. It's called Titanfall, and it's better than Advanced Warfare.
I remember Titanfall.
I know.
Straight up better.
I know. I just needed to get some supply drops, and
I actually have been playing Titanfall, and funny you mentioned supply drops because I think that is like maybe the worst part of that entire game.
Well, do you mean supply drops or variants?
The variant, just the supply drop system, and then it's like your supply thing fills up and you can't get any more, and you have to sell them, or you can pay real money to get a bigger thing.
Yeah,
it's a goddamn like stupid cat and mouse bullshit. Like
they've expanded
free to play garbage. I hate. That element of the game was so unnecessary.
So they expanded it even more. So you know how you used to get like your vanity items like different gloves and exosuits. Now you can get sets. Like you can find sets from the supply drops. Mm-hmm. So you have to assemble them, and you get extra experience for doing it.
Oh, good.
So you get about like 5% more experience per game if you have a full set equipped and then like play with it.
All right, that's interesting, I suppose, but
they also released a new level of rarity called Legendary.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yep, and they retired some of the old stuff.
Like, did they retire the royalty set?
No.
Good.
I think there's like a second royalty set out though.
I don't.
Oh, you can also have royalty weapons. I don't know if that was the last time you played.
I heard about that. They also had 3 new like old timey weapons.
Yep, Blunderbuss, the SVO, which is the SVU, and
which is a Dragunov.
Yeah, and the STG-44, I think.
That's a SMG of some kind, right?
It's an assault rifle. Yeah, I think it's from World at War.
Interesting.
Or something. One of those, or maybe.
But you're still crazy future jetpack men.
Oh yeah.
Which is still the worst part of that game.
The Blunderbuss is really fun to use, but just impossible to play like an actual game with.
I'm assuming it just has 0 range.
Yep, 0 range. It'll do a one-hit kill if you can like get close enough, and it's one shot, and then you have to like pour powder in the gun and then jam the stick in, and then you can fire it again.
Wow, that's fast. That's interesting.
So the reload takes like a full 4 seconds.
Is there sleight of hand in that game, or is it speed reload weapons?
It's that speed reload weapons. If you reload faster if you have no ammo left, or you double tap X.
Oh, but do guns have like fast mag attachments?
No. Or the blunderbuss doesn't.
Oh, okay, but other ones do.
I don't think,
because every game has some way to reload faster.
Yeah, and this one was double tap X. You drop what's in your current mag to reload faster.
Yeah, but it was like usually there's like a passive way to reload faster. Either it's a perk like sleight of hand, or it's an attachment like fast mags.
I don't. Maybe there's the attachment, but no one uses it.
I think that sounds more accurate. That sounds more likely. So what have you been finding? I mean, I'm sure there's still tons of people playing that game.
No, God, no.
Really?
Yeah, seriously. Every time I'm playing, and if I play with John and stuff, I try and find a momentum match. No games found. Maybe I find one.
Well, you're trying to find a momentum match.
Well, John's like 300 in the world.
What's your point?
I'm like 10,000.
So what I'm saying is that
like,
probably no one's playing Momentum.
Yeah,
People
you're
are
right.
playing Domination or Search and Destroy.
Search, yeah, that's awful. I hate Search and Destroy. It's the worst game mode.
It's
ever.
terrible. No respawning. Who wants to play that game?
Yeah, I enjoy just sitting around for the next 5 minutes because instead of planting the bomb, you just want to kill the other player.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Gotta get that glory.
Yeah, no, I've been playing Momentum and I guess Mosh Pit. Mosh Pit's fun.
And you can actually get a game in Mosh Pit?
Yeah, I can get games in Mosh Pits. But other than that, like, the only reason why I want to go back in is because I want to get 300 kills with all the weapons.
Okay.
Just because you unlocked the variant, like, for each one.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Hey, whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, I just
Or you
want to
just-
I'm a completionist.
Just play
In some ways.
Titanfall.
I'm a collector.
I'm about to get to Generation 3 in Titanfall. Very exciting.
You should
Get it.
inform me of the next time you play.
I definitely will, as long as it's not after your bedtime, as it usually is. That's not funny.
It's okay, Joe. I know all about bedtimes.
Yeah,
I
it's about
pay-
being an adult.
I sometimes have a bedtime because of my work schedule, but not always.
Yeah,
And I play Titanfall with a bunch of delinquents who are degenerates who don't sleep at night.
Yeah,
So-
that sounds about right.
That's entirely accurate.
I'm sorry, guys. I love you.
It's fine. I love you too, Joe.
No, not you. You're delinquents.
Oh, I don't love them.
fuck delinquents.
They won't hear this anyways. So, good game? So,
No.
Advanced
No,
Warfare?
God,
Advanced
no.
Warfare, big
Awful.
butts?
No, it's
No?
really bad.
Oh, it's big butts. Okay.
I haven't actually played the campaign though, which I probably should do.
Oh, I didn't either. You didn't play... It's got Troy Baker in it.
You're
Just
right.
like
yeah,
every other game.
yeah, it does. But no, I mean, honestly, this point, these games like Call of Duty, the franchise, should go Titanfall path. No campaign or little campaign, and just straight focus multiplayer because that's their bread and butter, or that's what they're known for.
I really like the Titanfall campaign, actually. Ryan,
Yeah,
did you
but
ever
it's a
play, did you ever play the
multiplayer
Titanfall
campaign.
campaign?
Is that the one where I played it by accident by playing multiplayer?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
So basically, Titanfall multiplayer is, or the campaign is multiplayer. So you enter the campaign playlist and you play a series of campaign missions with other people, and there's like your the voiceover guy is, or there'll be people like voiceover in the corner on like talking to each other, and like a little skit before each match. Which
it's one of
sounds lame, but it like I feel like you slowly get like immersed into it. It's very like the storytelling is very asymmetrical, because you
It's-
kind of absorb different pieces of it at different times. You usually don't play it like start to finish in
but
a
you
row.
you can.
Well, if you get lucky, you'll just kind of get in, and you wind up. There's no lobbies to join, so they start you in a lobby, and then you kind of carry through it. And other people join in.
Yeah, you might be like
But-
campaign halfway in, and then you just recycle through it again.
Yeah. That
It's-
seems to be my experience with how it works. I've
Yeah.
actually played all the missions and kind of got to feel what the story was like, and it was a very interesting way of telling that story. I feel much more compelled to do that than just like sit down and be like, all right, Advanced Warfare, one player, let's do it.
Yeah.
It's going to like take 3 hours and it'll be a thing.
To
where I
me-
watch a bunch of explosions.
To me, that was one of the appealing things of the Brink game.
Is that they do a similar thing to Titanfall?
Actually, they did it first, so yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's my basis of
it was just
comparison.
it was just PC only, so it failed horribly. But yeah, it was. You had your two factions, and when you joined the game, you would pick which side. But each one had their own story, and so you would have your little clip in the beginning to give you some context. Then you'd be playing a multiplayer match. Each side having different objectives. Essentially, sometimes it's attack and defend. Sometimes it was like plant something or do something else.
That sounds even more. It sounds way more elaborate than
Yeah, it wasn't just
Titanfall.
Yeah, it wasn't just like attrition type thing, but it was good. It was
Attrition is such a good game mode.
yeah. I mean, it was a fun game while it lasted for a month.
What, Brink?
Yeah, it didn't
Didn't you-
last long. It's
Didn't
still
you like pre-order that shit too?
yeah. It sounded like a great game. Had great concept to it. You had 3 body types. Like
I thought it was class. Is it class based?
no, it wasn't class based. It was just there were classes with like gunner, engineer, healer, and then like stealth.
Mm-hmm.
But the big thing was like skinny bodies are fast, but easy to kill. Medium
Yeah.
bodies are average and good, and then big bodies are slow but hard to kill, but they can also use heavy weaponry.
Yeah, see, I never even got into that game at all.
Yeah, I got into it for about the first 3 weeks, and then it just fell apart. But, I mean, there's still servers out there, just not ones worth playing on.
Huh.
But it does highlight the problems of if a game like that does fail, you're pretty much out of luck on a game.
I thought you got something free for that one going...
Yeah, it was like the first DLC was free.
Oh, wow. That's... totally makes up for it. What was the game that, like, just failed so hard or exploded so bad you got like, Medal of Honor for free? Then, like... What am I thinking of?
I don't know. I pick a lot of games that fail. They have great concepts, but they just fail horribly.
Oh, yeah, like, what's that game called? Oh, my gosh. The Cots and Robbers MMO. Where you paid for game time. Oh, wait, no, they did that later. No, that was in the base game.
Yeah, that was in the base game.
APB.
APB, yeah.
APB, that game's terrible.
No, it was a great game. It just...
You couldn't shoot people out of cars, Joe. Garbage. Can you believe that crap, Ryan?
You'd blow the car up.
No.
You'd shoot the guy who's driving the car, and you'd hit the window. The window wouldn't break. The car would just take damage.
That's dumb.
That's dumb. It's dumb.
It's a game that happened like, what? It's been 3 years?
Sure, yeah.
It's probably been longer than that,
Yeah,
honestly.
and then it turned to free-to-play model, and it's probably doing well. I just don't care about it anymore.
Yeah.
Once it goes free to play, you're like, well, that was fun. That's over.
I mean, the big thing for them was their character creation.
Was it really that extensive?
Yeah, remember I let you...
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was super extensive, and it was, like, really high quality and in-depth for the time as well.
For the 4 years ago time, yeah. Hey, speaking of in-depth... No, I don't even know. Segways, guys. Segways. I'm going to tell you about... I played a couple different games this week, but I played one game to completion. Do you guys want to hear about the game that I played to completion?
Only if it was the best.
Ooh, the best in terms of what?
No.
I want to try and
you're
guess.
qualified.
The best game I played this week, or the best game I played ever?
Ever.
All right. Well, let's talk about news then. No, okay. I played Infamous Second Son.
I'm sorry.
No, that
Why
sounds
do you
like a
say that?
great idea.
Why do you say that, Ryan? Did you play this game?
No.
Then why do you say this?
I don't know. Wasn't that game bad?
No,
According to who?
I don't know. Somebody.
it's supposed to be really good.
Let me use my Metacritic Chrome add-on to find out.
You know I don't care about Metacritic.
Ryan,
Well, that's how I'm going to find out if you say blanket statements like that game was bad, wasn't that game bad? Then we're obviously talking about like we don't mention anyone specifically. Like if you said didn't Joe say that the game was bad, then that'd be one thing. But you say isn't that game bad? I have to assume we're talking about the universally accepted. Is that game bad?
And
I guess.
I would never say that game's bad.
I don't know, man. Shit.
Did you
Well,
ever
you-
play the PS3?
I played
no.
the first one.
Did you play? You didn't play either of the first two?
No.
The first one was awesome.
So Infamous Second Son does only have an 80 Metacritic, but Canadian online gamers gave it a perfect score.
Whoa.
That's a little stretch, but
You haven't played it because you don't have a PS4, right?
no. But I was considered just buying that game, even without having a PS4.
Well, you could probably get a better price on it by the time you do have a PS4.
That's true.
Because I got mine over Christmas when I got my PS4, and I've seen a better deal since then. But I didn't overpay for it before or whatever.
I want the special edition.
Okay, so here's the thing about this game. it's like the prettiest goddamn game ever. Like, it may legitimately be the best looking game I've ever played.
Rocket League wants to talk to you.
Rocket League is like 2.5 things. This is like fully rendered character models that are beautiful and like look like people, while being just stylized enough that it's not creepy. And the particle, all the effects, the particle effects, and like all the effects of the special of your powers look cool as hell. Mm-hmm. Like I can't think. I mean, help me think of a game that might look better than this game. I might be just not able to think of it right now. But
Rocket League,
the game looks really effing good, considering it's running on a console. You know, it's not like, oh, I have my PC with like the best graphic card ever, and it's running this game on maximum settings. It's especially made to be this. It's like just a regular ass PS4 game.
Is it everything that looks great? Is it like when you become your fire, or when you become light, or like those just look really polished and good?
At all. Like, yeah, I mean, like, there was never one moment that I just, like, something happened and I said, well, that just isn't up to par with everything else in this game. There's a little bit of jank on certain...
But overall, it was nice and smooth.
Oh, it's definitely smooth. And the thing I really liked about it was it's an open world game, just like the first two, but it wasn't a huge open world, and there wasn't a bunch... There was some... You know, every open world game has to have dumb bullshit to do, but there wasn't, like, an excessive amount of dumb bullshit to do. Mm-hmm. It was, like, a couple of... In each area of... You just straight up play in Seattle in this game. The first game took place in northwestern American city that is not Seattle, and this game takes place in Seattle. But it's the same. It's the same universe. I think they really just. I think to Seattle. They shot an email to the mayor of Seattle. He was like, "No, sorry, Sucker Punch, can't do it, man.
Can't do it. You guys suck."
So I think I genuinely believe that they wanted the first game to be in Seattle, but they couldn't. They didn't have like the money to research what Seattle looked like to make it look even remotely authentic. I don't know. But this game takes place in straight up Seattle in the infamous universe 7 years after the first game. Because it's actually very interesting. The first game was like ground zero for when people started developing these special superpowers. And these people called conduits, of which the main character in the first two games is like the original conduit, as far as I understand from what I played in the first game.
No. Sorry.
Why not?
Kepler.
All right, I don't know who that is. Well, whatever.
The space telescope?
No, so...
Yep.
Now you're making me think, is his name Kessler?
I think it is, actually.
My bad.
That sounds more familiar.
Yeah.
So Cole was just an average delivery guy, and they had him deliver this thing called the Ray Sphere that exploded and made him Electric Man. Well, I think it was.
Basically,
it may have been
as a attack they thought on the city.
Yeah, and I think they mentioned, they very vaguely referred to like the explosion of the Ray Sphere as like the moment that everyone started developing superpowers. Not everyone, but like it's got this whole X-Men-y like humans versus mutants thing going on. That people are like afraid of the mutants because they're different and they have superpowers, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's like kind of sets the tone of the game. And so there's this mean lady who works for the government who is also a conduit who wants to capture all the other conduits, and she's not very nice, and she does this whole militant police thing going on, well, yada yada yada. And so you play as Delsin Rowe, played by Troy Baker. Obviously,
a gritty young man.
He's not gritty. He's a punk. He's like kind of carefree. He's like whatever, and he's straight up Native American, and he lives with this Native American tribe outside Seattle, and they protect their own. And then this prison convoy with conduits in it tips over, and like 3 people break out, and then all hell breaks loose, and Delsin realizes that he has the ability to absorb powers from other conduits. Like if he touches another conduit, he like copies their power.
So he becomes rogue.
No, because I think she like steals their power and like makes them really like sick and
Yeah,
can
but
die that way.
It's the same thing.
Just
Like,
kind
he
of
has to touch them, right?
yes, but he just borrows it and like he gets to see their memories or something. So like I said, game looks cool. Story is well, we'll get to the story. Story is fine. And like the little cutscenes in between are very stylized and cool. The game does this annoying thing because it's kind of a PS4 launch game, kinda, and it does this thing where the people who made the game are like, well, we're going to show them what the PS4 can do, like with this unique controller we have that totally is not a big waste of money, and so like the light on the PS4 controller will show you which affinity you currently have if you're good or bad.
Hey,
like
that's
blue
fucking cool.
Blue or red. No, it's not, because you can see that has to stay constant the whole game. You never are actually switching in between them. Okay, I'm getting to that. So the big thing about Infamous is you could choose to be a hero or you can choose to be infamous. You can be famous, you can be you can be loved or hated.
You can be a hero or villain.
Yeah, it's all means the same end, more or less. But it's just they do it in the worst, shittiest way possible. Like, this is ultimately the worst part of the game, is the choice system that they use. Because
it's black and white.
It's way too black and white. It's so ridiculous. So when your first choice is like either like sacrifice yourself or like, take one for the team and like try and save your tribe because this lady's gonna interrogate everybody and hurt them, or like just be like, yep, nope, just go interrogate them, and they're gonna take it on the cheek and you're gonna walk away unharmed. And it's like, is there no option C? Like every single time it's just like, is there no option C? Because these options are terrible. And then what's even worse is it's like you have to commit to one, like I said before. And so that's why my controller was... Well, I went evil because I had seen a Let's Play of the game a couple months ago, and he went hero. And I was like, I'm just going to see how it plays out otherwise. And boy, am I glad that I did. Because I'm getting ahead of myself here. They make the choice element of the game not only a story choice, like, say, Mass Effect, where you kind of just choose a way to treat people and it all winds up kind of being a means to the same end. In this game, the way you act affects your karma level, and then that also affects the skills that you can have, which is the worst thing I've ever heard. It's like, if you are evil, then your smoke power... For the first part you get is smoke. And it's like, if you're evil, you can get an ability that like makes you jump higher when you're using vents to jump. But if you're good, you get an ability that like shooting enemies in the head makes them incapacitated. And then when you get the second power, Neon, if you're evil, you get an ability that lets you run continuously, and if you're good, it like gives you an emphasis on sniping and allows you to like slow down time when you zoom in. And it's just like, well, first of all, I didn't know about any of these gameplay changes when I made my first choice.
Those don't even sound relevant to good versus evil.
Yes, no, it makes no sense. It's so scattershot. And then you'll get, like, your fourth power, or your third power, or whatever, and you'll be, like, already fully committed to one way or the other, with really no way to... Like, it would take you hours to turn back.
And
like,
at that point, you just gotta deal with what you get.
Yeah, so you get your third power, and you're just like, oh, well, like, I'm already bad, and I can't ever be good, so I guess these are I guess this is how I'm going to play the game now. Which is horrible. And the choices are so stupid. It's almost as bad as BioShock 2. But I knew, like, what the endings were, but you don't get to choose your ending. When you get to the final mission, they give you 2 markers on your map, They give you the blue star and the red star. And if you're evil and you go over to the blue star, it just says, like, hey, you can't pick this mission. Why would you come over here if you're evil? Why would you even do that? Like, why did you put that on the map? If you're gonna make me, you're not gonna let me choose, then don't put that choice on the map. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, unless you want to change your affinity, like
you can't, bro. No, because if you're making the same, like, so that's the other thing. If you are, if you need certain levels of karma to get better upgrades. So, like, once you reach like the 3rd, 4th, 5th level in either direction, you can upgrade like your energy capacity for the abilities. For the different powers, right? And so you want to level up your karma in one direction as far as possible to unlock all of those upgrades. So by the time you get to the last mission, if it's like you don't like the ending you're about to get, there's no way you can go back. Because by the time I got to that point, I got to the second to last choice of the game, or the last choice before they make the final mission choice for you. It's basically like, you want to kill this guy or do you want to save him? And I was already fully bad. I was like infamous and a half. Like, I was maximum level bad, which was called infamous, and I had like more bad karma past that.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, you guys, this is, I don't, for many different reasons, I understand I'm a bad guy. I don't believe in killing this guy. I want to let him live. I was like, I want to let him live. And that immediately dropped, because I did a good thing, it immediately dropped me to the 4th level. It dropped me down an entire level of bad karma, which luckily didn't restrict me from getting any of my abilities because I had them all at that point. But it was stupid. And I'm still on the 4th level of bad karma, and I go to the final mission, and they're just like, I know we put both these markers here, but there's only one that you can pick.
I would also think there could potentially be various levels of endings based on how evil or how good you are.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Just you have good karma or you have bad karma.
Well, I just wasn't sure based on, because you said there's level, you know how there's level 1, 2, 3, 4, like, yeah. If you go to beat the game and you're level 2 evil, do you,
not even.
You get the less evil ending.
Not even. It's just, there's a good one and a bad one. The achievements are like, or the trophies say, you finish the story with bad karma, you finish the story with good karma. And that's it. You don't even get to choose your ending at the end. You just, whichever karma you had. And so, there are a bunch of random activities in the world. Not random activities, but like things you can do, like markers on your map that let you do like a little side activity. Mm-hmm. That they help you take control of the zone. And once the evil guys have a certain amount of control over the zone, like once you've reduced their control below a certain threshold, you can take over the zone and they stop patrolling the area. And so you don't actually even need to do all the activities. You can be like, oh man, this particular activity is really lame. I don't want to do that. And then there's also this whole spray painting mini game thing that counts as an activity where you basically just pick, do you want to spray paint the good thing or the bad thing? And then they make you hold your controller sideways and shake it like a paint can, and then like press R2 while like moving it. Because like I said before, it's a PS4 launch game. They have a gyroscope in the controller, and they're just like, we're going to show people what the PS4 can really do.
Yeah.
And that's only because it's developed specifically for this console, and no other developer would ever put that kind of garbage in their game if it's going to be on any other console. Not to say that stuff didn't work. It was just weird. The whole spray paint thing, that was definitely, like, that was the quickest and the easiest of all the activities, so I almost did every single one. But it was just, it's weird. It's weird shit. And so there's also other random activities that happen, like, they're based on your karma. So, if I'm a bad guy, I like doing bad things, and so there'll be like a guy playing guitar on the street corner, and like little words will pop up on the screen being like, street musicians are annoying. Kill him. I'm just like, what the fuck? And that's how I could earn like a little bit of extra bad karma, is by roughing up street musicians because they're annoying.
Yeah, and you're not bad guy.
Just because I'm a bad guy doesn't mean I'm a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Zangief that once told me that.
Yes, he was.
He's in the game, and he told me that. And then it's like, it's just when you subscribe to, like, you make that first choice of, like, being bad, they sign you up for so much more shit, like killing random people who are playing guitar by the side of the road. They're like, yeah, you do that now. And I was like, no, I didn't want to do the other thing. Like, no, you're bad now. You got bad karma, so you kill innocent people all the time. I'm like, no, I don't do that though. It's like, okay, well then you're gonna. It's like there's so many reasons to never do anything good once you go bad. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. Like it's not balanced at all. It's just you have to pick one and stick with it for no reason. Like it's dumb. I can't even get across how dumb it is. And then the worst part is basically the reason why I played through the game bad was since I had seen the ending for the good mode, I wanted to see the other ending, basically. And because that was the ending that I wanted to see, I knew what the ending was going to be. And I knew I wanted that ending, and I was satisfied when I got that ending, because they play out this little, like, the story. I mentioned the way that they tell a little story in between missions and stuff. They have this, like, whole, like, kind of sketchy, spray painty type of not stop motion, but, like, still pictures, like, dynamic still pictures. It's kind of what they use in, like, the first two games. Mm-hmm. Very stylistic. It's really cool looking. And so they tell you this little story after you beat the final boss, and you're just like, this is what you decided to do, and you're just like, yeah, and I did that, and then I was evil, and I'm going to get so many powers and become powerful. I'm like, hey, that's kind of a neat, like, bad ending. Like, you, instead of, saving the day, and, like, you decide to become, like, an evil, like, overlord kind of, almost. And then... But they don't leave it there. They have you go back to your tribe, and then the conversation you have with them, it basically is just like the ending where you are bad is the bad ending. Like, if you had showed me both of those endings, and you told me, and you had asked me to pick, like, you didn't tell me that it was based on, like, karmic choice. It was just based on like Persona 4's, like, if you didn't do this thing, then you get this ending or whatever. Like some JRPG jump through this hoop to get the better ending thing. Yeah. If you had told me that was the case, it would look really obvious which one was the good ending, which was the bad ending. Like, I'm extremely I'm really pissed about the ending to the bad version of that game. It kind of, like, a shitty thing happens to you, and then it just ends. Roll credits. And I'm like, really? I thought we had choice.
No.
The whole... I'm first. I just finished this game today. I'm very frustrated by the way that they made choice work in this game. I don't think you don't have a choice in this game. Like, it's an illusion. The way it's done is so poorly done. Like, my biggest complaint, when you do something, you say, like, hey, I found this person, I want them to be evil. They sign you up for, like, so much more dumb bullcrap. Like, you love to kill innocent people.
Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't just assume, since you're, like, the evil dude, that you want to do super fucked up shit.
Yeah, I think there should just be a little bit of a balance. Like, I'm just like, I'm not going to do that. Like, it was just really weird.
There used to be infamous Second Son, you're kind of just a dick.
I would do that. I would do karma level, you're kind of just an asshole. Like, yeah, I would definitely play that. I just think, I'm not saying there should be a middle ground, but it almost feels to me like that that game would have been good without any of that choice stuff. And I know that Infamous has always been based on it, but I don't know, man. I liked that game.
Like, there should have been more of a scale.
Yeah, I just felt like I really felt like by being like the bad guy, they just made me feel like a bad guy the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt like I was a jerk face, just because I was. I don't know, I guess, like it didn't change perspectives. It didn't like switch it so that I would be like, I know it looks like you're being a bad guy, but from your perspective, you're doing the right thing, which is almost what happened at the end. And then they just shit all over you.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Yeah, well, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that game was good though. In spite of that fact, because if I had played that game for the first time, not knowing anything about it, I would have gone the hero route. I would have had a good time during the game. I would have gotten to the ending, realized I didn't have a choice of which ending I wanted, and then been upset. But I probably would have gotten over it, just like I did in Bioshock 2. Did you guys ever play Bioshock 2?
Yep.
no.
Joe? So Ryan, you ever beat it?
Yep.
Yeah, so you know how, like, the three decisions you make throughout the game, eventually, like, they add up in a weird way to which ending you get at the end?
Yeah, kinda.
That's so stupid. Because I just followed my heart with all those decisions, and then they just, like, the computer just, like, looked at me and was just like, okay, well, you made this decision, so you're this kind of person, and this is the ending you want. And I was like, no, you're wrong. You're completely wrong.
Yep. Totally.
It was like if I wanted to, like, kill the big bad at the end, I had to have killed, like, everyone else. And I'm like, but not all those people deserve to die.
Mm-hmm.
And like, one of them was a mercy killing. Which, it just didn't add up. It reminded me of that a lot, this game. Like, all the different things you did in Infamous Second Son just didn't add up.
Yeah, fuck that.
But it was a fun game, for sure. It was super fun. I loved the different powers. And how different they were from one another. And the traversal in that game was great. Like, instead of just jumping... You can obviously just jump up buildings like you can in the first game or whatever. Mm-hmm. But also, if you have Neon, you can just run up the building like a light man. So,
that's
fun
cool.
Fun game, but some elements of it were lacking. Now I understand why it's only got an 80 Metascore. Do you guys want to take a break, or like not? Like, I don't even want to.
Fuck it. Yeah, no.
I just
like.
Do you want me to just? I just want to rattle off a little bit of news. Maybe after that we could discuss, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see what news. I found a couple pieces of news. Let's see what you found, and we'll compare and contrast here, and we'll see what's up.
Okay. Spoilers, Ryan didn't find any news this week.
That's
okay.
fine.
I'm not mad at you.
Ryan, I have enough for both of us.
You're too busy speed running Pokemon X, and that's okay.
Truth.
I'm not mad at you.
Truth.
So you know who Lab Zero Games is?
No.
Nope.
They're the developers of Skullgirls.
Oh, I know them.
They're looking to crowdfund a new role-playing game called Indivisible.
Huh.
Which is quite a different path compared to their Skullgirls, which is the fighting game. I think they're trying to stick with the same type of art style, though, which would be interesting.
Is the artist for Skullgirls is he like on staff, or is he externally hired in some way? I guess you might not know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm asking a lot here.
I don't know.
As I didn't know if it was like Mercenary Kings was done by a particular artist, Robert whatever his name is, and like he also worked on Scott Pilgrim versus the game. Scott Pilgrim versus the game.
The world, the game.
The movie, the game. And like he wasn't in-house, like he was just hired to do the art for those games. I didn't know if it was a similar thing, but
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know.
don't worry about it.
In other news, Smash Bros. Is going to get another update.
What is it?
I believe it's going to be a few things. There's like a few, the Mii costumes or whatever. But I believe they're doing 2 new stages.
Yay!
And tournament mode.
I hope they're actually
Oh, yeah.
I hope they're actually new stages and not just
Oh, they're
Like-
remakes.
Oh well, then as long as I don't have to pay for them, I'm good.
It's
Yeah, you have to pay for 'em.
It's going to be Peach's
I'll
Castle
do it anyways.
64.
That's actually cool because that has never been in a game since the first one. That's the one with the bumper floating over it.
Yep.
Yep,
That's actually okay. That's cool. I'll pay for it.
and Hyrule Castle 64. It's probably just because it was one of the popular ones back then.
Yeah, okay. That one hasn't really ever been remade or anything either, so
So those are.
I'll allow that.
So it's just. I think it's just going to be a pack where it's those two stages and some Mii costumes.
Okay.
All right, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe it might be free. Tournament mode, I would assume.
Tournament
that's-
mode, I think, is free.
That is going to be free.
Yeah.
I think.
So maybe the Mii's are paid for, but the stages could be free.
No, I doubt it.
Hold on, real quick. Oh, wait, you switch to a new story because I got a big one here.
Okay, yeah, you can go.
Right, I want to engage with you. I haven't. You haven't talked enough because I was just rambling on for so long. I want to talk to you about the fact that the new World of Warcraft expansion is going to be revealed next week.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It
You
is.
shut your mouth.
They're going to
Yep.
announce it at
They're
Gamescom.
They're at Gamescom. They're going to do a live stream Thursday, August 6th at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern. You get a first look at the content.
Ooh.
That was part of my news.
Ryan, thoughts? What do you think? What's up next in World of Warcraft? What's going to happen?
Ooh.
Ooh, being good.
No. Okay. Here's my professional opinion.
Playable Nagas.
Here's my professional opinion as a WoW player of, like, I don't know. Was it going
Playable
on
Murlocs.
No.
Okay.
6 years? 7 years? I don't know how long.
When did that South Park episode come out?
Oh, yeah.
That many years. Here, you talk. I'll Google it.
Okay, if I sort of feel like Cataclysm was a big deal in 2012. Mists of Pandaria was sort of like a throwaway expansion.
Fuck that expansion. Yeah, I think it's October 4th, 2006.
Yeah, so I started playing WoW like a week
9
after.
years ago.
A week after that came out. Yeah, so Mists of Pandaria was totally a throwaway expansion. I liked it a lot, but it was totally just like
It was just filler.
whatever.
Mr.
Yeah.
Pandaria. Yeah, because they basically just added a bunch of... They'd like, hey, here's a new area. We're just going to explore here and then wrap it up and never go back.
Yeah. Warlords
least-
of Draenor is the same way, except worse.
It's cool because it's... I think it's inherently cooler because it's integrated into the like lore.
Yeah, but fuck this expansion. It blows. I've
I
decided
know.
officially.
You hate garrisons, I know. Even though you thought garrisons were going to be the hottest shit.
Man, I thought I was so hype, but boy did I 180 on that shit hard. Let's see. So I don't know. If this expansion isn't fucking great, I don't know. Quit WoW forever. Wrap it up, boys. Go home. Like,
you don't
Just
mean
going to
that.
stick with Hearthstone.
Well, so here's the thing about that. You don't have to just... It's not binary. It's not you're either are playing WoW or you're not playing WoW. You can kind of just say, like, oh, I'm not really into this expansion, so I don't really play it that much. I got my character to 110, and I was kind of like, it's all right. You don't have to be like, well, I guess I got to get all this money and, like, do all this stuff every day. You can kind of just play it.
no, I'm either in it or I'm out. It's just how I am.
You don't have to. You just have to.
No,
Well, then
it's too
again, if
late.
you do want to pursue your career as a professional Pokemon speedrunner,
I
maybe it would be best if you.
I just gotta wrap it up. I gotta quit. That's it. Done.
Well, we'll see how this expansion goes.
I don't know,
But
man.
just you can't possibly decide based on a week from now when they announce it. Like that won't tell you anything.
I mean, I don't know. I'll probably.
Well, if you quote WoW, you're just going to transition to more Hearthstone.
Dota.
No. Also, no. I don't know.
But the
I don't
Grand
know.
Tournament expansion was announced.
Yeah, that'll be fine. It'll be whatever. It's Hearthstone.
That's like 120 new cards.
130, I think. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, if this WoW expansion isn't fucking great, because I feel like they've been sitting on something since after Cataclysm, and it wasn't Mists of Pandaria, and it wasn't Warlords of Draenor. And if this is not it, like, who cares?
Like, what are you looking for from this expansion?
So,
how
so
could they
Cataclysm
make it?
is the only expansion that has actually progressed the story. Like, sure, Mists of Pandaria had some junk in it, and
That's
shit happened.
That's what you want?
Yeah, I want the World of Warcraft to go forward. Yeah, like, we got a new war chief in Mists of Pandaria. But
That was kind of a big moment.
But like, they could have done that with any area. Like, that event was not really tied to Pandaria. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's not actually important. They just said, like, hey, we want to do Pandaria because we've been obsessed with pandas for so long.
Yeah.
And also, we want to do this whole thing with Garrosh.
So, like, I feel like they were just lumped together. They don't necessarily... Like, they could have... It was poorly executed, is what I'm trying to say here.
So you would have wanted an expansion that was just about getting a new war chief?
I think that would have been cooler, because I don't feel like Garrosh had that much to do with what happened.
Oh well, I think he.
He found some gross panda junk, and he spread it all over Pandaland.
Yep,
and that was his fault. But
well, did you? I mean, you did like the 5.1, 5, right?
Yeah.
You did like
the first patch.
Yeah, 5.1 with added like the new rep and like the quests
fine.
you could do. Did you actually get that rep to Exalted and like you see like the progression of the story? And,
yeah, I don't know.
Like, it kind of added up.
When I killed Garrosh, I was just like, okay. Well, he's not dead. But
that's also because he's a raid boss, so you're just like, oh, you viewed it more as like, hey, we accomplished a goal that we set out to accomplish. Yay!
Yeah,
just like when you killed Blackwall, you're just like, hooray, we beat Blackwall before he became irrelevant. Yay!
Blackhand, but yeah,
Blackwall. But I think Blackwall is something else.
I don't know, but
he's a character in Dragon's Age Inquisition.
And then this expansion is all about fucking up timey-wimey bullshit.
I like timey-wimey bullshit specifically.
I don't. I think it's garbage. I think it's totally a throwaway.
Given what you want from an expansion, I can see how you would think that. But
so
I just like time stuff. I like old Warcraft stuff.
I need
Warcraft
some junk.
stuff.
I want Vol'jin to do something. So far, he's done dick. I want King of Stormwind Man to do something.
Don't even know his goddamn name.
Varian Wrynn?
Weird.
Wern?
A W and a Y and something and two
Yeah.
N's.
There's a lot of consonants.
It's like two N's, dude, at the end. No,
Yeah.
there's another letter in there somewhere, Joe. Calm down.
Weird.
So, if this expansion coming up is fucking tight with a cool ass premise,
God, you're gonna be so disappointed.
I am, and I might just skip it.
You're gonna be out.
Get the fuck out of here! No, you won't.
Skip it. No, maybe I'll
Based
skip it.
on premise alone, you will not play WoW for an entire expansion.
Maybe.
No, you'd still raid.
I've barely played this expansion.
He might not raid, but he'll get it.
I'll get it. I mean, I've barely played this expansion. Realistically, I got a few characters to level 100. I raided a bunch, but the barrier to entry on raiding was so low, and I mean, like, so low. Anybody could have done it. Really, there was
Isn't that the point?
I mean, yes, they're trying to include more people, but like, I didn't really have to grind for rep. I didn't have to do dailies.
That's a good thing.
No, it's a great thing because I didn't want to do any of that stuff.
But then, so yeah, I mean, like, but the whole thing is you just accomplish what you set out to do in Warlords of Draenor. So
I guess, yeah. I don't know. I need this next expansion to be tight, or I'm gonna be super disappointed.
I know WoW content, WoW endgame content is like it's famous for there being tons of it.
Yes.
I think you should eventually be able to play a WoW expansion, and just go like, all right, well, I did the thing I wanted to do, and I'm done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right?
Like,
yeah.
you shouldn't have to play WoW constantly, unless you want to.
I mean, I've pretty much only played WoW like once a week since the expansion came out, and
And
like
that-
I got to 100 and stuff.
That's fine.
No, that was fine. That was actually too much.
Yeah, so I'm saying is like, so if the next one comes out and you don't like it, just play it once a week, and you know,
Yeah.
just don't let it absorb. Just I wouldn't suggest you let it absorb your life if you really don't like it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I really have no idea where they could be going with this one.
All right, Nick, I'm going to ask you a series of over-unders on certain things that might happen. Are you ready?
I have to confess, I don't exactly know how over-unders work.
It's basically like, do you think it's going to happen, yes or no?
I think it's a little bit more complicated than that, but okay, let's go.
But that's what I'm looking for. Okay. Ready? New class.
Yes.
No.
I think it's time.
I don't think they're going to.
What? Well, we just had an expansion without a new class.
Yeah, but...
If we're not getting a new class, we're getting a new playable race.
No. I think we're getting either.
I would
So
say
we're
new
gonna have-
class, not race.
So we're getting 2 expansions of nothing.
Yep.
Ryan, you're being a Debbie Downer right now.
Well, that answers my next question. New race, yes or no?
It's going to be one or the other.
I don't think it's going to be either, realistically.
I don't think it's going to be both. I think it's probably going to be a new playable race.
So, okay, what are you thinking for races? Because I'm drawing blanks here. Besides, like, some super far-reaching shit. Because in pretty much every
Nulls?
expansion... No, why would they do that?
Because they don't have anything else to put in. Honestly, Naga are like the last possibility for like humanoid type Warcraft races.
I'm pretty sure that since Nagas don't wear pants, like it's a no-go.
They can wear pants. They'd be different pants with tail holes in them.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they also don't step. They slither.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah,
just
they
like
don't have
that's.
legs.
It's not realistic, but it's the most realistic thing we've got right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. So maybe playable race. Maybe that just doesn't exist. Like there are no more options.
They would have to invent something.
Centaurs.
Yeah, I was gonna say they do have a centaur group. I can't remember what they're called, but that would raise even more problems than Naga of them just being not like just vaguely humanoid.
Yeah.
But they could still wear pants.
No, yeah, horses do not wear pants. Joe.
Yeah, but centaurs could.
Reverse centaurs. That's what they're gonna have.
The only things I could see is like ogres.
Maybe ogres.
They could do ogres.
Murlocs. For real though, Murlocs.
I so doubt it.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. Maybe they will. I don't know because this expansion's coming out. It seems like this expansion's coming out real quick.
I bet you.
Are there already like demons?
No. Well, orcs kind of count,
Kinda.
and undead kind of count.
No, I'm thinking more.
High elves.
They already have 2 kinds of elves. That's a lot of
Yeah,
elves.
but high elves are different.
No.
Fairies.
Oh man, Jinyu.
Like from Dragon Ball Z.
No, like from Mists of Pandaria, the fish
Oh, those
people.
fish people.
Those people are tight. They can wear pants.
Yeah, they can, even though they're fish.
Who cares?
So fish people confirmed for the next expansion.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm gonna basically forget about this entirely until it actually happens on August 6th.
Do they
So-
already have elemental spirits?
Not to play as, but yes.
Certain classes can control elemental spirits.
Oh, okay. But not. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, geez. Oh, I don't know.
I bet-
I feel really nervous now.
So you think New WoW expansion 2015?
Oh no.
I'm going, yeah.
What?
Everything's
We're-
already happening way too fast.
We're
I'm just
half
gonna,
done. Oh,
I'm
well,
just
we
gonna
do.
roll with it.
So I actually would like that. If
if-
the alternative is playing Warlords of Draenor with no content for 18 months, like we did with Mist?
They've
or
already
whatever?
said they don't want to do that.
Okay, because that was gross what they did last time.
So I'm thinking they're going to announce it on the 6th, which is next Thursday. So that's basically 1, 2. It's like 3.5 months till BlizzCon. I'm going to say like holiday release 2015. 1 month beta that starts like at BlizzCon.
You don't think they'd do spring of 2016?
That's probably the more realistic option.
That's
but
very possible.
That puts us at let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Are you using your fingers to count?
7, 8. Yeah, see, that already puts us at 9 months at the earliest
Of no content?
of no content.
Well, considering we went for over a year.
14 months.
The last 14 months of the last one.
Yep.
I think it's possible that they do it this year, but I agree with you that spring next year is more likely.
And then
I think if they did
it's
that,
10 months because this raid tier came out on June 23rd.
So I would say if they did spring 2016, then
Yep.
you're more likely to get a new race or a new class.
Nah.
I think
No,
so.
they probably have this expansion all figured out by now.
No, but I
that's
mean,
why I'm saying it's
if
going to
they're-
be.
if they're planning on the release date being that far out versus just giving.
If they're
Otherwise, they could just
They're
give
gonna
you
have to,
straight
yeah, they're gonna have
content
to,
for.
they're gonna feed us something. We're baby birds. We're gonna need something if they're gonna give us. If they're gonna keep us waiting that long.
If they're adding a new class, I bet you it's gonna be spring. Because it takes a long time to even kind of balance a class.
And you'll need a pretty hefty beta period for that too.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I'm saying. That's why,
Yeah.
if you hear the announcement is spring, then you can hope that would be part of the announcement.
That's why-
They also may tease some of the key features when they
They
announce
probably
it,
will. They probably will.
just for maximum hype purposes,
If there's a new class, I'll poop my pants. Probably.
and you won't give up on it forever.
Probably, yeah. Because my favorite thing to do is to play the new class. So,
Until you make it your main.
yep.
Yeah, I think if the alternative is us waiting another 14 months without content, either we get a new expansion super early and, then we can debate if they really supported Warlords as much as we think they should have. That's a separate issue. But if the alternative is we have a bunch of Warlords with no content, or we get another expansion sooner, obviously I want the expansion. But
I don't like either option, really.
yeah, me neither. Because you hate WoW right now, so
Kinda.
news, huh?
Yeah, news. What
Surprise news! I didn't even know. I just found out about this today.
about it? Oh, cool.
Joe, you're also going to talk about how the console ban is lifted on Chinese consoles people.
No.
Yeah.
Chinese people.
That's
No,
cool.
I was going to talk about Ouya, though.
What happened to Ouya?
Razer bought them.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
And on top of that, initially, word was out that Razer was going to, since they bought Ouya, they weren't going to honor the
Oh, I did hear about that.
the dev deals that they were going to pay them, but now I think within the 24 hours of that announcement going out, they said, "No, we're going to pay the devs the money that they had contracted with Ouya."
Yep.
Yes, I did hear about that part. I missed the initial story about Razer buying them.
Yep. Razer bought them, and one of the reports said that a month earlier, Razer contacted one of the indie devs and said, "Yeah, we're not going to pay you the money." But now they are.
Well, that's good.
So yeah, it is good. I mean, I don't care about Ouya, but
The whole Ouya thing with that fund that you're referring to, that whole thing was a shit show.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really weird that Ouya is valuable enough to Razer that they're not only willing to buy them and
but honor the contract. That
Yeah, honor,
they would
like,
finish
that-
paying them.
Yeah, like incur that whole shitstorm. Like what does Ouya have that is so great?
Nothing.
I
Nothing.
don't know.
Towerfall came to PC.
I'm not referring to like obviously like game properties. None of their games are exclusive anymore. Like, so it really makes you wonder. There's got to be something else, something about the technology they developed, or like Razer just really wanted the ability to be able to name their buttons O, U, Y, and A. Like there's something. They obviously wanted something. I don't know. That's so weird. Ouya sucks.
Yeah.
The Amazing Frog.
So that was
That game's tight.
So I had that.
Duck game.
I had 2 more things, and then that was it. Maybe 3.
All right, maybe 100.
All right. So Windows 10 was released today.
Oh shit! Really?
Yep. 29th.
Oh okay, cool.
Windows 10 Solitaire
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
has ads, and you have to pay either a monthly or yearly subscription.
Subscribe to fucking Windows
Remove
Solitaire.
Ads.
Oh
who cares?
man, is it playable on your Surface with touchscreen controls?
Yeah.
I do not know.
One, please, if true. Sick.
You don't have a Surface.
I'll buy a Surface.
But
Anyway.
I just
I just play
found
Solitaire
that
on my phone, anyways.
I kind of found that awful because
That's hilarious. I did see that out of context. It's just like $10 for like a 12-month subscription.
yeah, but still, it's like seriously, it's Solitaire on Windows. Like, you don't need ads.
They shouldn't put ads in it. They should charge that if you don't pay the money, then the cards won't bounce all over the screen when you win.
Oh, nice one.
That'd be
That's
funny.
that's worth a couple bucks a month
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah. And other
Hire me,
news,
Microsoft.
In other news, did you hear about Street Fighter V?
About how the beta was the servers for the beta crashed so hard that they're just postponing it now.
No, I didn't hear about that.
No.
Mine was going to be about they announced that all updates are going to be free
Oh yeah, that old thing.
and DLC can be earned in game.
Yeah.
So
there's
basically they're breaking it out into you play the game, you earn in-game money, or you can spend real cash to get Zenny and then just spend that if you choose.
yeah, it'll be like this costs 2,000 fight dollars or 1,000 zenny, and you either buy the 1,000 zenny with $20 of real money, like you were just buying the pack.
Yeah. So, I mean,
It seems like an improvement. Like that seems like there's no real downside to that, but at first glance, it looks really shitty. It looks like they're adding free-to-play nonsense to their full-price game.
yeah.
But if you really are like, oh, wait a minute, it's just, so this stuff you could just... This stuff they would have charged for this stuff anyways? And now you just... Like, if they're really just adding, like, character packs and stuff like that that they would have charged for normally, and they're adding another way to do it,
Yeah.
then that's a
That's
a
what they
surely
said.
good thing.
Because they said last time we released like 4 DLC packs and blah, blah, blah. They probably looked at how many people bought them and said that's not as much as we wanted to or something. So they changed it up.
Hey, can I tell you that Zenny is my favorite fake currency?
Zenny is a great fake currency.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
What,
pretty sweet.
What I mean, I know it best from the Mega Man Battle Network games.
Yeah.
I know from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
Are they
that's
called
right.
Zenny? Are they called Zenny and Dragon Ball Z too?
At least in
think
the
so.
English dub, yeah.
I wonder if that's like just a really funny coincidence.
Maybe. My
Yeah, I'm-
second favorite is Polka Dollars,
Polka dollars.
which have no name.
I always thought those were just yen.
No, I don't think that's the symbol for yen, dude.
It's not. I just when I first played that game in the 3rd grade, I thought it was yen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid.
With the currency that they use in Earthbound,
That's American dollars.
it's Eagle Land dollars.
Sorry.
It was the Eagle Land, the Bank of Eagle Land official minted dollars.
So Nick and Ryan, you both have played Diablo 3, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
How difficult is it to reach Paragon level 2000?
I don't know. I've never even Paragon level
Difficult. It's not difficult, but it would take you hundreds of hours.
Because there's one kid who did it.
Good. You should tell me how he did it, and
then I'll never do it.
then I'll tell him about the full and enriched life that I lived while he was doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, to go from like 2003 to 2004 Paragon level requires like enough experience to go from level 1 to 1,000.
That's real dumb.
Yeah, that's also virtually uncalled for.
No, it's to go from 1 to 1,000 11.5 times is the equivalent to go to level 2,000.
All right, so you're saying this guy played a lot of Diablo 3?
Yep.
All right, well, if that's a game that he wants to... I mean, we're talking about these speedrunners who play Super Monkey Ball for 1,000 hours at a time.
Yo, props to the people who play Super Monkey Ball. And
the guy... So this guy, I think it's the same guy who's running it this year. I don't know when it is.
Yeah, that kid.
But if it's a guy who did it in January for Awesome Games Done Quick, that guy rules. He was doing crazy Monkey Ball stuff. But, like, okay, so, like, that guy playing Monkey Ball for 1,000 hours and this guy playing Diablo 3 for 1,000 hours, I can't, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't really get too bent out of shape
To
about
each
it.
his own. No, I just
that,
thought...
That guy should just
reading,
start playing Super Monkey Ball.
Reading the statistics
really.
on that, it was just like, that's crazy.
1 to 1,000 11 times.
Yeah, just...
Yeah, because they added like a shitload more Paragon levels in a big patch at one point.
Yep.
They said like, too many people are at cap, so boom, here's a super unrealistic, impossible amount of Paragon levels.
That's probably what he's going for.
Yeah, that's what they did. So like they just said like, here, they'll never ever get there. It's like how Bejeweled 2 actually has a score cap because at a certain point the developers just said like, yeah, we can't really. He's gonna like these numbers. These numbers just have to stop calculating at this point.
He's gonna hit the new cap and just be like, guys, you have to expand the level cap, please.
Like for one dude, I don't think so. It's like that one guy, some guy's dad just beat Bejeweled 2 by reaching the score cap because at a certain point they just stopped processing new numbers.
Yeah. And then I had one last piece of news. I swear, just one last.
Okay.
Motherfucker.
All right, Fallout 4. You heard about that, right? Yeah.
Yes.
No, what's that?
Did you hear about the companion Codsworth?
No.
For the game?
Is he like the robot?
Yeah.
Is that the dog?
It's the robot.
No, that's dog.
And so in the trailer or demo or whatever they gave, what people started to notice was that Mr. Codsworth actually says hello to the main character by name. And what Bethesda had done is they got... So the guy who does the voice is the guy who plays Garrett for a Thief, so probably no one knows his voice. But he actually recorded about 1,000 plus different...
Oh, I did hear about that.
Unique names. So if you choose one from the list and you play the game, you'll actually be called by that name.
What?
And they include things from like Mr. McFly, Miss Katniss, Mr. Boobies, and
Mr. Boobies
and Mr. Fuckface.
Really?
Yep.
But it's only this robot who will say it.
Yes, it is. To my knowledge, it's the robot. When the robot recognizes you and greets you by name, or refers to you, I guess probably throughout the game, he will call you by that name.
Awesome.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, and they did actual names too. Like, I don't know. The examples were like Angela and Matthew and whatever name they gave the guy for the demo.
I think it was Todd, because that was the guy. It's
yeah,
Todd
something
Howard
like that.
Of Bethesda. But yeah, that's a crazy thing. That game is gonna really be something else.
Yeah, and it's cool that they actually got a voice actor to be like, they're just like, hey, can you record all of these for us?
Do they give you like a grand total of how many names they actually recorded?
From a quote from Todd Howard, during QuakeCon, he said that they had Steven, the voice actor, record 1,000 of the most popular names, as well as
1,000.
as
Great.
well, as well as other things we find people like to name their characters.
Like Mr. Boobies.
Yep.
That's so good. Oh man, that game, that game's gonna be something. I don't know if I want it.
Oh, they also
gonna
are
be
going to
something.
start doing they're going to try and make it certain areas where you don't have to be so murdery. Supposedly.
Oh, so they're gonna do choice better than Infamous Second Son, is what you're saying?
Yeah, they're not going to go like full passive, but they're going to be like maybe you like just beat them up and spare them or something. I don't know. But,
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, like they've done it before. I mean, Skyrim has choice. You can kind of choose what you want to do without them just saying like, "Yeah, but you're evil now because you chose that." And you're like, "I'm not evil. I just wanted to choose that." Like, no, you're evil. So yeah, I think that might be really cool. Hey, so China, right? You can buy consoles in China.
Yeah.
Because apparently for the past 15 years, you couldn't buy a console in China.
Yeah. You could.
No, you
Black market.
Yeah, but you couldn't get on the internet or anything either.
You're China
Yeah.
all about that black market, let me tell you.
They really are.
Yeah.
Bootlegging and black market. So this crazy thing about this is it's like this is a whole new market. It's a market with a lot of people in it. And obviously there's some people who are going to keep their PCs because Chinese people love PC games because it's all they have. But which manufacturer of consoles gets their shit together fast enough to get their talons into China? The
Ouya.
first person... yes, that's what Razer got, Ouya. They're going to put Ouya out in China, and it's all China's going to have, and everyone's going to buy it. So basically, if Microsoft gets the Xbox One localized in Chinese fast enough and gets it out there first,
They're too
Then-
slow to do that.
then
Yeah.
China will become an Xbox One market.
Nice. Cool.
Because unless everyone just says, fuck no, we don't even want consoles anymore. We're just going to play PC forever.
Which
But I
is a
feel like-
possibility. People could just be like, well, I go to internet cafes.
Mm-hmm.
So unless internet cafes are going to start buying consoles too.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
They really might. Yeah, actually, I could see it. I could see it really just not.
taking off
really-
as well as they expected.
Well, not as well as I don't know if anyone has any expectations, but yeah, I could actually, now that I'm thinking about it, really see people just being like, "No, we're good. We're good with PC." But I also think that there's gonna be a lot of people who buy. There's gonna be a lot of people who buy the first console that comes out there, regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
And then that just becomes like, well, I got an Xbox now, so that's
well, yeah,
my thing.
You are right. Whoever gets the console out there first, their sales are going to skyrocket.
there's a chance that there's gonna be, and then a lot of those people will say like, well, I already have the console, like I just play Xbox games now.
This is my life.
And if Sony comes out with a PS4, they'd be like, well, I already bought an Xbox. I don't want to get a PS4 too. I'm Chinese.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. And then you also have to figure out how much the consoles are supposed to cost, because that's a big fucked up thing in other countries.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like how in the UK a console that costs $400 here will cost 400 British Royal pounds.
I think it's even worse in, like, Brazil.
Oh, I heard that's like where it's at its worst.
Like, some guy
Like if you converted it back to USD, it's like
Twice.
It's like almost $1,000.
I think a guy paid $1,500 for a PS4 in Brazil.
I think I heard something similar to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's in other countries, it's a big thing. It's like figuring out how much. So they like figure out exactly how much these things will cost that they'll sell. Like even if they take a little bit of a hit, they could really establish a good market in China. And there's a lot of people in China, and they stand to make even more money.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't work for Microsoft yet, so I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go.
This is just my pre-suggestion for what they should do.
I'm just saying, just like I was telling about the whole solitaire thing. I'm just saying. I was going to tell you guys about the free games that are coming out in August, but
No.
we don't
No.
have time.
No.
I'll mention it when it's August, and then somebody cares.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good plan. All right,
Okay.
this podcast is over.
It's done. That's it.
Bye.
BearVersusMan.com.
It's a website.
Just
And a YouTube channel.
No.
And
Yes.
a Twitter feed.
and a Vine account.
Yep. You can send us questions to questions@bearversusman.com.
You can also send us other things to that same email address.
And a
Yeah.
Tumblr.
We do
don't
not
have-
have a Tumblr. Do you have an Instagram?
Yeah, but it's not.
So mad about
And an
that.
Instagram.
It doesn't have anything on it. So
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 please
don't go
follow
there.
our Instagram.
Don't go there.
yeah.
That's it. We got it all.
That's it. Podcast over.
Later.
See ya.